Tonight on Southwest Local News. Victorian Premier Jacinta Allen stands down from her position. Local member Roma Britnell calls for greater transparency on hospital construction. Warrnambool gains no reservist police recruits following allocation. And in sport, Penny Smith wins gold at the Trap Team Mixed Finals.
Live from Silver Ball Studios in Warrnambool, this is Southwest Local News with Liam Fitzgerald.
Good evening and welcome to Southwest Local News. Victorian Premier Jacinta Allen has stood down from the state's top position. Ms Allen announced her decision to resign at a press conference on Tuesday morning. It came ahead of a planned Labor Party caucus meeting where a vote on the leadership was to take place. She has been replaced by Ben Carroll. The state election will be held on November 28. Ms Allen visited the Southwest in June last year to attend the first meeting of the Drought Response Task Force in Camperdown. On an historic day in Victorian Parliament yesterday, when Jacinta Allen resigned as Premier and Ben Carroll took over the top job, two Southwest Upper House MPs went to head. In Legislative Council question time, the Coalition's member for Western Victoria, Bev MacArthur, butted heads with Labor's member for Western Victoria, Jacinta Ermacora. Ms MacArthur asked Ms Ermacora if she would withdraw a motion she had tabled, which was based on eliminating misogynistic language in Victorian political discourse. Ms MacArthur says the motion should be withdrawn given that it was Labor that spectacularly sacked a female Premier that very day. Ms Ermacora replied that misogynistic behaviour was an important issue and it should not be used as a joke by the opposition.
The question is to the member for Western Victoria, Jacinta Ermacora. In relation to motion 1509 on the notice paper, do you intend to bring forward this motion on misogynistic behaviour in Victorian politics today, given you and your colleagues have just been a party to bringing down a female Premier?
Thank you, President. I would like to thank Ms MacArthur for asking about when the government will bring forward this very, very important motion. And that is a matter for our parliamentary processes, and I will confine my answer to that. Thank you.
Ms Ermacora, given that you and your colleagues have just dumped a female Premier in spectacular style, sending the state into chaos, will you now be withdrawing the motion?
Thank you, President. The irony isn't lost on me, coming from that side. I would reiterate my previous answer, but also that this is an extremely misogynistic behaviour is extremely important issue and should not be used as a joke in this chamber.
Member for South West Coast, Roma Britnell, has called on the state government to provide a full transparency over the Warrnambool-based hospital redevelopment. Ms Britnell says that she has made the call following what she believes is serious governance and procurement concerns that have emerged across Victoria's big build. The MP says Victorians had watched a steady stream of allegations surrounding governance, procurement and the management of major government construction projects. She says it was now time for the government to confirm whether those concerns had reached the Southwest.
My question is to the Minister for Health Infrastructure. Recent allegations made by the former CEO of the Victorian Health Building Authority, Stephen King, include claims that pressure was applied on major health construction projects to use CFMEU-linked contractors and businesses. Can the Minister advise whether the Warrnambool Hospital's escalating costs are as a result of use of the CFMEU-linked contractors and businesses on the project? The Warrnambool-based hospital redevelopment has had its scope cut, yet the community has not been told which promised services or facilities will be gone. The Victorian Labor government has also been highlighted as allowing corruption in the Watson report, which found that at least $15 billion, possibly even $30 billion of Victorian taxpayer funds have been funnelled to the CFMEU and bikie gangs and criminal organisations.
Certainly a lot happening in politics. Despite having only one 24-hour police station, the Southwest has not been gifted new staff. The placement of 50 reservists across 26 stations has been undertaken by the state government. Metropolitan country stations were included in the allocation, but there was no love for the southwest. Warrnambool is the only 24-hour station open in the southwest, with major towns such as Hamilton, Portland and Colac not providing round-the-clock, 7 days a week counter service. The new police recruits are former officers with their duties to include answering phones, helping with paperwork, signing statutory declarations, receiving exhibits into police custody and taking crime reports.
We don't have the representation we need in the government that remembers that we are important like the rest of the state. This is a government that's been focused on the city, but at times they have remembered the regions, and in this instance not. We haven't got a mention on being able to have reservists assisting our police, who do an absolute fantastic job under extraordinary circumstances. And just yesterday I had somebody contact me about their concerns about their wife working in retail. We've got issues where we need police out on the streets, walking the streets to keep our CBD precinct safer. We're seeing extraordinary crime rates, and our police are actually doing a very good job in our area solving crime, but they do need the extra resources that are going to be available by putting retired police back into the roles of administrative tasks, so that police can service the community.
The fight to keep the southwest free of bird flu has taken to the skies. The Department of Energy, Environment and Climate Action has deployed its Eyes in the Sky helicopter crew to monitor from above. The crew has been able to use scanning equipment that can detect signs of bird flu in wild birds and in marine animals. The helicopter has scanned the southwest coast as part of its sweep from the South Australian border to New South Wales. Victoria is the only mainland state yet to record a case of bird flu. An audit of signs carried out by Moyne Shire shows 20% are of poor quality or missing. The audit included the assessment of 148 signs in the Shire. These included signs for municipal boundary and township entries, while events, promotion and service club signs were also included in the audit. The auditors found 16 signs are in poor condition and 14 are missing. A further 23 were related as being in fair condition. Of those missing, 9 were locality names including Killarney, the Sisters and Framlingham. The audit found 81% of signs have good to excellent visibility. At their July meeting, councillors approved works to replace 32 signs that are missing, damaged or are in poor condition.
Well, it's obviously people that make a community, but we shouldn't underestimate signage as an important signifier of place. I know that signage can help communities to feel a sense of pride and can also help to reinforce local identity. So none of our townships should have to put up with damaged or second-rate signage, in my view. So I think this is an important piece of work.
An iconic Port Fairy Festival has been the biggest beneficiary of the latest round of Moyne Shire Council funding. The Moyne Festival has received $15,000 to help its event this summer. The money comes from Council's Community Assistance Fund, with 21 events in all sharing the allocation. The events funded are from across the Shire, including Port Fairy, Koroit, Mortlake, Macarthur and Panmure. The events range from festivals to school fetes and Anzac Day services. The medical community has used World Hepatitis Day as a way of highlighting treatment and the prevention of the disease. World Hepatitis Day was held yesterday with the aim to help promote there is no longer stigma and judgment around the disease, but compassion and understanding. Regular blood tests are recommended to pick up hepatitis C and B, which are transmitted through blood, while hepatitis A is through contaminated food or water. Gunditjmara Aboriginal Cooperative marked the day with an information session.
Yeah, so it's really important to raise awareness around hepatitis, especially around reducing transmission in the community. So needle exchange programs are a great way to reduce transmission. We have people coming up to provide information about that from the hospital today. We're doing a Kahoot with a bit of information and information sharing about hepatitis A, B, C and D. You know, we want to encourage people to get tested, get treated if they do have hepatitis. So hepatitis C is very easily treatable with really effective medications that don't make you sick like the old medications used to. So we really want to get the community educated and aware.
Some great awareness. Another layer has been added to the cost of living crisis with the expense of sending a letter rising. The government-owned Australia Post has announced it will be rising the cost of sending letters come September 1. Sending a small letter will raise from $1.70 to $1.85, with large letters up to 125 grams jumping from $3.40 to $3.70, while letters weighing between 125 to 250 grams will increase from $5.10 to $5.55 respectively. This represents a rise increase of 8.8%. And to take us to the break, a feature from Anthony Brady.
Yeah, well, I was brought up in Framlingham and went to the Framlingham Primary School, and then I did my high school at Brower College. So, and then left when I was about 23 and then moved to Queensland, then West Australia, and that's where I met Jason. We're back here because we've picked up a new caravan, as you can see, and a new car. We've got some partnerships with Essendon Isuzu Ute and Eden Caravans. So yeah, we've come to collect them. Yeah, Kaboom Toons. Jason is a illustrator, cartoonist, who used to work for Walt Disney. And when Disney closed in Sydney, we decided to start our own business. He wanted to go back home to WA, and 20 years later, and we're still doing it. So it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure when I was 15, if someone said I was going to work for Walt Disney and do this for a full-time job, I didn't think that would happen, but yeah, excited and very privileged to be able to do that. Yeah, so to be on the road and to be able to drive, I always tell kids, young primary school kids, that if you can do something that you love, it doesn't feel like work, which is pretty much what it's been for the last 20 odd years. So I normally would go into a school in the metro area, I'd go into a school, teach a class with the kids, teach them about drawing, and that would be about it. But once we got a job on the road, we went out to a regional school, and being a regional kid myself, I realised that there's lots of places that don't get to have that opportunity. And as I was a kid, no one ever came and showed me how to draw, or just some tips and tricks that can help with their own drawing. So we do that. We've been on the road now, going anywhere throughout the state, and we're hoping to go national. And while we're here, hopefully we can come back again maybe next year and spend a time in Victoria and southwest area of regional Victoria.
We work really well together as a team. So Jason might be doing the workshops, and I'm getting, if we're doing murals, I get the walls prepped, and then once the kids come out, because it's all their images that we do up on the walls if we do murals, and so they have more ownership. It's sort of their voice to be on that wall. They are really proud of their work at the end, and we just take them through the stages, and I take them through the stages of working with colour, and hairdressing background has helped with that, with the colour wheel. And we just guide them through, and at the end of the whole thing, they see the process of building the images and building their pictures, and then it's at the end, it's pretty exciting for them.
Well, it leaves a bit of a legacy in the community, whether it's in a regional town or a little tiny Aboriginal community. It's their artwork, and hopefully it's going to stay there for a long time. It also extends past going to schools. Like, I do other illustration work for businesses and books and corporate bodies, and so the school is more of the fun part of it, because I get to do more of my own fun drawings with the kids, as well as what they create. But when I'm doing more of a corporate job, it's a bit more technical or professional, where this is more fun. So.
Well, the wrap was put on before the caravan was actually finished. So we had the graphics by Vinyl Media. They come on board with us, and Jason did all the pictures, so it's all his artwork that's there, and they wrapped it before the windows went in. So it was great to see the process of that, and we decided to do an ocean theme and an outback theme. So every image we've got on the van, we've got little stickers as well for people to purchase, and all that money goes back to help us with fuel, because that's the biggest cost when we start driving around, is the cost of everything. But yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a one of one.
It's a one of one, yeah. And it's hope it's not going to cause any accidents. That's our main thing, because when people drive past us and they drop their mouths and it's really, yeah, it's pretty good. We're very blessed to have Eden come on board with us, because they've allowed us to build it exactly what we wanted. So we've been right through the process with them, and that's a small family business that hopefully we will do them proud with talking about their caravan. They're amazing. It's just beautiful, and we're very blessed to have it.
A fantastic story. Well done, Braids. That's all in general news. After the break, we'll return with sport and weather. See you then.
Hi, it's Rob from the Vet Group. Heifers are the future of a dairy herd, and the Vet Group is here to help your heifers meet their potential, whether that's by monitoring worm egg counts or mineral levels, or designing a vaccination calendar to help prevent infectious disease. Our techs and vets can make things easier for you on farm by weighing heifers, assisting in synchrony programs, and teat sealing heifers to prevent mastitis at calving. The Vet Group, making herd care easy.
If it's time to add a little magic to your flooring and windows, our online catalogue is full of great ideas at great prices. There's magic in a Solomon's floor.
Yes, Grace, and there's magic in a Solomon's store.
G'day, Jeff Cook here at the Tyre Factory Warrnambool. We're more than just tyres. Our team not only specialise in helping you with your tyre needs, but other mechanical needs as well. The Tyre Factory Warrnambool has all the leading brands of tyres, including Hankook, Maxxis and BFG. Plus we also offer a number of wheel packages and wheel alignments. Get in touch with us at the Tyre Factory Warrnambool for your mechanical needs. We are more than just tyres at the Tyre Factory Warrnambool, Raglan Parade.
We use the Ridley team, make a phone call, I get high quality advice. We tend to have 6 weekly visits from the team where we do a full farm walk and herd health check. They check in on production and the feeding rate. It's something I don't have to worry too much about, because I'm always comfortable that they will have it under control. The feed that comes out of Ridley's fully confident every day of the year that it's high quality grain or pellets.
Tonight's sport is proudly brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Warrnambool and Timboon. Getting the most out of your farm. Contact the team today.
Welcome back to the Wednesday edition of Southwest Local News. Great to have you join us. Another chapter has been added to the storied career of Booker shooter Penny Smith. Smith and James Willett have won gold at the Trap Mixed Team Finals in Hangzhou. The pair not only won gold, but in the process equalled the world record score of 149 out of 150 targets. Beating out of the home favourite athletes from China, Smith and Willett shot a final score of 37 out of 40, equalling the Trap Mixed men's team's final world record set by James Willett and Catherine Skinner in Leonardo just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I had a really good day yesterday, obviously just falling short, but to come out today to equal the world record with James, 149, 150, and then to equal the finals record again was great. Like, it's nice to come away with a medal. I mean, as James said, the heat's been astronomically hot for the last few days, and I think we're going to get a bit of a culture shock going back to home to about 10 degrees, so it's going to be a bit of a change. But yeah, it's been a great match and glad for the success.
She's a superstar. Former Koroit star Finn O'Sullivan has signed with North Melbourne until the end of 2029. It's believed O'Sullivan has been courted by the new Tasmanian team on big dollars long term, but turned his back on that to stay with the Kangaroos. O'Sullivan has played 36 games since debuting last season and is averaging 16.4 disposals a game. The Kangaroos are seen as a team on the rise, having won 8 games this season, with final football still within reach. Warrnambool riders have returned with an impressive result from the UCI BMX World Championship in Queensland. The star from the championships from the Warrnambool BMX Club was Mila Wrench, who finished 4th in the 13 girls category. The club had 8 riders take part, gaining valuable exposure in a world-class competition. The club is now back to business as usual with a working bee to be held this Sunday. The Warrnambool Netball Association's Stingers team continues to take all before them. The team plays in the Regional All Abilities competition. This competition runs from April to October and includes teams from Horsham and Ballarat. The latest round was played last week with the Stingers undefeated on the day. The Stingers have an amazing record. Not only have they lost a game this season, but they also went through the last 3 seasons undefeated. And that's all in sport today in Warrnambool. Spotted showers around the region with a top of 12 degrees. When we come back from the break, I'll have the full forecast for you. Back soon.
At ASAP Local Plumbing, we know that when it comes to your home or business, you need a team that gets the job done right the first time. From expert hot water system installations to full septic tank and drainage solutions, we handle the heavy lifting so you don't have to. We're your go-to, trusted professionals for water quality and filtration. Get in touch today to book a quote or visit our website. ASAP Local Plumbing, your local plumbing experts.
Hi, Ben Cunnington here. When it comes to looking after my property, there's one place I trust, Bell's Garden Centre. They stock ride-on mowers from Ferris, Ariens and Country Clipper, plus small power equipment from Victor, Super Swift, Echo, Shindaiwa and Greenworks. With over 60 years combined servicing experience, they'll keep your gear running right. And it's not just machinery. Bells have everything for your garden, from giftware and pots to bird baths and concrete features. They even deliver anywhere across the southwest. So if you want the best for your yard, head to Bell's Garden Centre. They've got you covered.
Hi, I'm Roma Britnell and I'm your local Member of State Parliament. Together we can make the South West Coast an even better place to live. But I need you to let me know what's important to you. Only then can I truly understand your aspirations and be the best representative for you. Feel free to drop into my office and share your thoughts with me. I'm also online at romabritnell.com.au or catch me on social media. I'm here to work for you. Let's make it happen and let's make a difference.
B&B Furniture Plus now stock a range of adjustable beds. They have mobility aids to help you live your life to the fullest and lift chairs for the best in comfort. B&B Furniture Plus is locally owned at 203 Lava Street, Warrnambool.
Tonight's weather report is proudly brought to you by Anchor Point Retirement Village. New homes are being built now. Book a tour today.
Welcome back to Southwest Local News, and rain is forecast for the next few days ahead, with partial sun and temperatures rising for the start of the weekend, with daytime highs remaining under 18 degrees at their warmest. Now to the forecast. First, over to Port Fairy for tomorrow. Light showers, a top of 13 degrees. Friday, 14. A low chance of showers with a partly cloudy day. And for Saturday, 14 again. Cloudy with light winds. Up to Mortlake, 11. And a shower or two for tomorrow. Temperatures dropping to a low of 4 degrees. Friday, 13 degrees. Partly cloudy and areas of frost in the morning. Nighttime lows of around 1 degree. Saturday, 14. Partly cloudy. Expecting 0 degrees overnight. Across to the Camperdown Colac region, 11 with showers tomorrow with light winds. Friday mostly sunny with a top of 13. Saturday 14 with morning fog predicted and minor frost. Down to the coast of Port Campbell, 13 for Thursday with a shower or two on the way. Expecting 13 on Friday with rain easing. Saturday 14 and mostly sunny with daytime lows of down to 3 degrees. Back west to Warrnambool, rains are easing towards the end of the week. A top of 12 forecast for tomorrow. 14 for Friday, light showers in the morning. 15 to start the weekend, cloudy but no rain predicted, which is fantastic news. That's all from your Southwest Local News team. Thanks for tuning in, either online, on the podcast or on 3-Way FM. If you missed any of the bulletin, you can watch it back on demand at southwestlocalnews.com.au. Until Friday night, have a fantastic Thursday and good night.